today we're going to continue on with Guthrie Trapp and more triads, but this time we're going to bring in playing some melody with triads. This lesson, they're all going to be dedicated to the top 3 strings, and we're going to be in the key of G. So I'll play the video all the way through and then we'll take everything apart with tabs.
I'll play around those chords with just those 3 strings.
Okay, so we're in the key of G. So the triads, we're going to dedicate our triads to the top 3 strings, so our G, B and high E. So the triads we're going to be using are this. So our 1 chord, our G, is going to be coming from our E form, first of all. And then we've got C, which is coming from our A form. So it's this triad on the top 3 strings. So the first part of this sequence is just between them 2 shapes. But we're playing melodies and we're going to be adding in a scale tone here and there. So it's going to be handy if you know your G major scale. So, G major, and what Guthrie does to begin with, he plays down the triad. So it's just going down this shape. So you've got the 4th fret G string, major 3rd. And then we're going to be barring with our first finger the B and the high E, and that creates this triad. So we've got 3rd, 5th, root. And then he drops back a half step, and then he plays a scale tone. And then we want our C. So we get 5th fret B string and then 5th fret G string to create coming out of this C triad. So we go from G and then we go down that C triad. So we've got root, 3rd, 5th. So it's basically just coming up and down triads. Back to that scale tone, and then we go back into our G, but we come into it, we go 5 on the B, 3 on the B, and then we go to the major 3rd, which is the G string, 4th fret. So that's the first G, C, back to G. Let's watch the video again.
I'll play around those chords with just those 3 strings. Right? Okay.
So. Now we want G again, so we're just going to go back down that same triad. We're going to do exactly the same thing we did before from G to C. Then we're going to go back down C. So we've got root, major 3rd, 5th. So you've come right down this shape. And then we're going to slide, when we play this 5th, 3, 5, we're going to slide into the 7th fret, then we'll come back and play the 5th fret, and we're going to play our D triad out of the same shape. So the whole step up from C, we've got this triad for D, so now we've gone to the 5 chord. And then we're going to come back down that D triad, and we're going to slide from 7 to 8. So that's the flat 7 of D. So now we're going to come back into, when we drop back one note, we're on the major third of the 1 chord, and we're going to come up that D shape for G now. From the beginning. So there's G, we've come up G, and then we're just going to go back down that same triad, same fingering. And then at the top we're going to grab the 5 of that chord, so we're going to have pinky over on the 10th fret of the high E. And now we want C, so we're just going to come up this C triad from this chord, root, 5th, 3rd, same shape as we've been doing for this G, all together from the beginning. And then back down the C, same order, just in reverse. And we're going to slide from 10 to 12. Then play the 10th fret. And that takes us back to G. So we've got the 5th of G coming out of this shape. Then GT just goes 12, slides into 12th fret B string, 10th fret, so that's major 3rd, 5th of G, slides into the 14th fret of the high E, back to the 12th, 15th fret, so we've got 15 then on the B, 13 on the B, so he's coming down the scale, 15, 13, 12, 10, finishes there on the 12th fret, and that would be back to G, but he comes up the major pentatonic, let's play it all the way through slowly. It's a really good exercise, and that was just all on the top 3 strings. Eventually we'll get this to doing we'll get to doing this on all the string sets, so you can play these melodies all over the fretboard. But if you're new to this, just practice it on them 3 strings, and it'll start teaching you how these triads move around, and when you come to do them on another string set, it's going to be a lot easier. You know, for now, if you're new to this, just concentrate on G to C, back to G, just that first part. So we've gone G major, down the triad, we're bringing in this scale tone, into the C, back down the C, into that scale tone again, back to G, so all together. You could just start with that, then the next part. Into the D. back to G, into C, back to G, whoops, and then major pentatonic, start seeing how all this stuff connects up. Really good exercise, really good for your ears. And when you're learning this stuff, especially from the tabs, just try and do it really slowly and do a little piece at a time so you can actually see what's going on and understand this stuff rather than it just be something you're going to play from tabs. Try and understand exactly what's going on and practice all this stuff slowly. Okay, I'm going to continue with this stuff tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then.